Alright, so our Hess Law problem was C2H4 plus H2 gives you C2H6, and we're trying to find the delta H. And our first equation was C2H4 plus 3O2 yields 2CO2 and 2H2O, and the delta H was negative 1,411 kilojoules. Next, our equation was C2H6 plus 3.5O2 yields 2CO2 and 3 H2Os. And our delta H of that was negative 1,560 kilojoules. Our third equation was H2 plus 1/2 oxygen yields H2O, and the delta H of that was negative 2,858 kilojoules. And so what you had to do is you look here, and you notice that C2H4 was on the right side, so you were good, and you don't have to switch that one. And on this one, you had the H2O here and the CO2, and you needed this H2O on this side, and so you'll end up having to flip this equation. And then this equation was good because it has H2. And so what you'd end up doing is you'd write out your equation of C2H4 plus 3O2, and then you go down here and flip this one and go 3H2O plus 2CO2, and then you go back down to this one normally and go plus H2 plus 1/2 oxygen, and then yields. Then you start back up here and go 2CO2, 2H2O, and then you would end up going down to the flipped equation, going back here and going C2H6 plus 3.5 O2, and then you go down here to the normal one and go plus H2O. And then what you end up being able to do is, since this one here has 3 O2s, you'd end up being, and then this one has 1/2 O2, you can end up crossing both of these out right here, and then you could end up being able to cross out this O2 as well. And since this one has 3 H2Os, and this one has 2 H2Os, and then there's a 1 H2O over here, you could cross this out, and then cross this out, and this out. And then you have 2 CO2s here, and 2 CO2s here, and you end up crossing that out, and then it would give you C2H4 plus H2 yields C2H6. And then what you do is you ended up taking this negative 1,411 and adding it to a positive 1,560, because you end up flipping this, so you flip the sign, and then you do negative 25.8. And then you would end up getting negative 137 kilojoules. That would end up being the answer of our equation.